What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got one giant story for you and a bunch of questions. Actually, I think we have like 3 or 4 questions. So let's just dive right in. Our first and only story of the day before we get into the questions is all about the Google Pixel Fold. An official live video came out, hands-on, showing the phone in action. And I'm not going to show you the video. I will link it down below, but I will show you a little diagram of what the big complaint about the phone is. And the reason I'm not showing is I'm feeling Google is going to start copy striking channels potentially, and I don't want to be one of those channels. So let's get into it. So basically, if you've seen the inside of the display of the Samsung phone, there's really not a lot of bezel. It's basically almost all screen all the way around, so you don't really have to worry about anything being in the way. Like, you just see the screen, you see a beautiful screen at that. I mean, let me just play a real quick video. Actually, I'm watching the video. Let's see. So we got the video, you can see, takes up basically the whole screen. It looks great. Well, the Google Pixel Fold has bezels all around the phone. Now, they are bigger on the top and on the bottom. But on the sides they're a little bit thin. They're thicker than the Samsung ones are, but they're a little bit thicker. So I won't be able to make, so I made a bad looking picture. So here's my photo that I took. The blue designates the bezel. The bezels are black on the Pixel phone, but I just wanted this to stand out a little bit more. So you can see on the top and the bottom it is much thicker. It might not be this thick, but just for contrasting sake. And then on the sides it's thinner. But the bezel will be like that. It'll be thicker on the top and the bottom, and then on the sides, it's thinner. Now, you have to remember that the camera for the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is underneath the display. You can't see it, so that's one reason why it really doesn't have any bezel. It doesn't really need it. Pixel has bezel because the camera is in that top part of the bezel on the phone, which is better because the camera sucks on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's really bad. The one that's underneath this display is awful. It's okay for like video chats, but you don't want to be taking selfies and stuff. I mean, you can, but you don't want to be using them as like a cool photo forever for keepsake. So the Pixels sits on the top, meaning it's going to get much better selfie photos. Now, they could have put it on top of the screen, but they chose a different design language on there. And let's be honest, not every phone is perfect. This phone has flaws in terms of the camera being underneath the display. That's garbage. And the cameras in general aren't that great. You can see the crease more so. And then you think about the Pixel Fold. Okay, so it has bezel. That's one of the flaws, I guess you could say, about the phone. But the cameras are going to be better because it's on top of that bezel. You know, we're going to have great cameras. We're not going to have to worry about that at all. So for me, that's the biggest takeaway from it, is that the cameras will be better. And then I think you'll just get used to it. Just like the crease, when you use the phone, you get used to it. It doesn't bug you anymore. I'm so used to it. I don't even think about it. For someone that's seeing it new, it might be a sore thumb. I think the bezels would be a sore thumb for someone. But once you start to use it, it won't even be an issue anymore. That's my take on it. Not that concerned with it. Does it look super sexy on the inside? No, it doesn't. On the outside, it looks very similar but thicker and shorter than the Samsung version. You can see the camera at the top with the Galaxy phone and the Pixel phone, the Pixel Fold phone. So that doesn't bug me. It looks very normal. Again, it looks very similar to this, just shorter and wider, which is a good thing. So those are my takes on it so far. If you've looked at the video photo, what do you guys think about it? And it also looks very, very wide. Like this, to me at least anyway, when the guy's holding the phone like this, it looks much wider than this. And I believe it is wider already anyway. And so it does look wider that way, which I'm cool with. You'll see more screen real estate on the display. You can turn it that way and see more. I'm cool with all of that. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into our 4 questions. Timothy's asking, when do you think that Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 comes out? Are you hoping it comes with updated cameras, and also which storage options would you recommend if going through the carrier version? Thanks for your answer. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. As for updated cameras, it's going to have the same cameras that are on the S23 and S23 Plus. So in terms of updated, I guess they're updated a little bit, but nothing crazy. In terms of storage options, depends how long you keep the phone, and if you do cloud storage with your photos, you're probably fine with a 256. If they do the free storage upgrade, get the 512. So that's what I would do. If you do photo storage and off cloud, cloud storage, do 256. If you don't, get 512. And if they give you the free upgrade anyway, do the 512. Ben's asking, do you think that the Z Fold 5 will cost as much as the Google Pixel, or is it just an oversight by Google? That's a good one. I think if the Pixel Fold really takes off in terms of sales, I think they'll drop it down and eat a bit of a loss. But as of right now, I'm gonna say no, I don't think they're gonna drop the price. If they do, I think it'll only be by $100. Eric Kunin asking, why are folding phones so great and the next big thing, but get crap cameras like yesterday's worn out news? I have a Fold 3 with trash battery and cameras, so for vacation, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get my old Note 10 for pictures and less battery anxiety, so expensive and lesser quality, just for cool gimmick and notoriety of people on the streets. If I pop it open, I now have to explain it's cool, but battery and camera are trash. Yeah, I think for me, it is that big. The big selling point for me is this huge display, and you're looking at this display a lot more than you're taking photos, I can guarantee that. So that's a super important and fun part about this phone. But you're right, I still think they are the next big thing because they can do so much with them versus what you can do with a traditional slab phone. So for me, this is the huge selling point. And the cameras, at least on this, aren't so bad that I'd be like, God damn, they're so awful. But I definitely, I've said this a lot, when I go on a trip or something, I always take a Pixel phone with me. Usually that's the Pixel phone or another kind of slab phone in order to get better photos. And you're right, the battery is trash on this phone. And our last question from Star: has the Fold 4, an S22, and a Pixel 6 for free from Verizon when he added a business line. Never owned a Pixel before, but you talk highly about it, and I'm hoping to trade it in for the Fold. Does Google do trading credit? I have been a diehard Samsung for years. I realized recently that I actually don't like the Fold 4 as a phone overall compared to the 22 Ultra. It's like having a different brand, since I can use the same pen on my tablet, laptop, and phone like I can on the Ultra. I just love the form factor. So since Samsung has decided to get rid of the awesome trading credit to keep me loyal, I have no qualms taking my business to Google. I think if you don't like the Fold 4, you're not gonna like the Pixel phone, especially if you don't like the form factor of the folding Samsung phone. You're not gonna like the form factor of the Pixel phone. For me, what I really love about Pixel phones is the software experience. It's really smooth and clean, and that's a huge thing to me. Not that it's fast. This is fast and stuff, but it's definitely another level of smoothness and fast quickness. But if you're really into like customizations and things like that, you can customize the Pixel to a point, but you can customize the Samsung phones a lot more. So that would be another thing. If you're really a big customizing person, I'd probably say stick with the Galaxy phone, but there'll probably be a video I do of which brand you should jump to or not in the future, and explain the differences with it. But yeah, I guess if you're okay with it, do it. And if you don't like it, you can always return the phone, and you might have to pay a restocking fee of like $35. So just be forewarned, unless you do it through Samsung, it'll be free. But yeah, I would guess, or through Google, it would be free, but I would give it a chance at least just to see if you like it or not. You can always return it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the hashtag question, and we'll see you down the road.